Welcome to RNN News, the news station. They call themselves RNN because the rest of the alphabet was taken.
RNN, the site that answers all your questions except one. What are those?
Here's your host with the most, Ebadi!
Welcome. Today in Crossfire with Ebadi, we are scheduled to hear arguments in McCutcheon versus the Federal Election Commission, a case that challenges limits on individual contributions made directly to political candidates. It would expand on the 2010 Citizens United ruling that allowed unlimited spending by corporations. Please welcome Eduardo Gamez and Jose Murillo,
Boo!
both Democratic and Republican presidential nominees.
5.0, Yale boy.
And I never understood
Go.
about the chain shop. With this brown bag full of all this paper. In the club drunk holding all these chains. These hoes round act like we famous. Money makers, they want niggas to hate. Hope these niggas never change. And I never understood.
Mr. Gamez, please give your opinion on the recent Supreme Court case, McCutcheon versus Federal Election Commission, and how they are trying to add this new amendment that will give Congress the power to control and limit the amount of money a campaign can receive.
Personally, I believe the focus of the argument in McCutcheon versus Federal Election Commission is not about the nuts and bolts of who raises this campaign money, how it's spread around, and who feels indebted to donors as a result, but keeping the existing constitutional rules and how it can be managed to prevent corruption.
I believe.
Hold on, excuse me. I'm still talking. I have a few seconds left.
Your time is up now. Mr. Murillo, your response now?
I believe that this case is honestly a waste of time. These donations are completely legal, and the federal government shouldn't have any say in this matter in the first place. The Constitution grants the federal government the right to regulate trade and commerce. That is what's being used in favor of this limit, right? In what terms in the act of donation, commerce, or trade? Nothing is being exchanged through these donations, other than a show of support for these candidates. These candidates are not giving a service in return, they are simply doing their job.
Moving on to the next question. Does campaign finance reform better level the ability of donors to voice themselves, and is this a good thing?
Campaign finance reform is a necessary step to fixing our broken and almost non-functional democracy. The reality is corporations have been enabled by the government to make money into speech and have used this to further their takeover of the United States. If donors wanted to have their voices heard, they are going to have to join the movement against this.
Well, campaign finance reform only serves to limit on the amount of influence any particular entity can have in an election. Instead of silencing any voices, we should encourage as many voices as possible so that as a country we could choose what serves the greater good. Limits on campaign finances silence many people's voices and positions that may benefit our future. Are the budget cuts this real that electricity is going off? Well, I hope not. First thing as president, I'll fix these lights. Anyways, besides past candidates, such as our current president, Obama, raised millions of dollars, much of it collected from public institutions such as the University of California. Nobody ever complained when they donated, even if they expect something in return. You know, nobody ever says anything when the University of California or other such entities decide to give large sums of money to these politicians. Why are the lights going off? Is it the Russians? Are we getting hacked again like we did a few months ago? Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening? Do we need to go World War III up in this?
Sorry about the Russian attack. There's some complications with America and the USSR. So, moving on. Mr. Gamez and Murillo, so do you actually believe campaign donations fall under free speech under the First Amendment?
Campaign donations are not free speech. Campaign donations destroy the democratic process by allowing powerful individuals to control politics. Companies, super PACs, and billionaires represent 90% of campaign funding, but are comprised of 1% of our voters. Money and politics do not mix. No, homeboy. And when money becomes legal, expression of your political opinion, then the richest begin to have the most power, and the democratic process is destroyed. Let's get this out of the way. This has nothing to do with free speech. And it was unprovocative of the Supreme Court to treat this matter as such. All this does is open up the door for the wealthy to have even more power, which leads to situations like this one.
I think that people should be able to express their views and opinions in the form of giving financial support to a politician who is running with similar ideas as the donor in mind. It's their money. If they want to use it, fine. That I agree with. I think that a donation is another form of freedom of speech because you are directly supporting those ideas. Political donations are just as important as any type of donations. So if someone has a problem with it, why don't they donate? Or much easier, why don't they hit the polls and vote? 40% of Americans don't vote anyways, and from those 40%, 59 believe that nothing gets done. Here you go, homeboy. Support my side.
You're right.
I know I'm right, boy. I'm a Republican.
Oh, thank you for tuning into the 2015 Democratic and Republican debate. Hope you had a good time, and if you'd like to check out the full video, it'll be on our website, rnn.org. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great time.
Gang, gang.
This is serious, people. We must give the power to the Congress with this new amendment so that they can control the commerce that goes between the presidential nominees, the presidential candidates, and the people that end up becoming president. We don't want their pockets being bought and their ideas being thrown at them from different corporations.
Like your mom.